5:05 p.m. Call the meeting to order. We've got the board Gregory is not in attendance, and our CAO is great. And we're going to file guidance. We're now going to go into the agenda, and before we approve the agenda, I'd like to add 4.3, a booth at the St. Andrews Dalhousie doctor treatment. Be nice, but get up and bring off speaking when we get there. Anything else to be added? I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No delegations or presentations tonight, so we'll go for approval of the minutes for February 11th.
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unfinished business from the minutes of February 11th. Is there anything there?
Nope, we're good.
We'll go right into the CEO report. You've got your meeting dates and reminders.
Yeah.
So April 1st, it's at 6 p.m. Bylaw and policy. We don't have any committee of the whole to start at 6. So all 5 p.m. So everybody's okay with the schedule?
Yeah, looks good.
Is there any questions for the deputy CEO pertaining to the CAO's report? One question I would have is, did you take part in the conference call regarding the Burton School?
Yes.
And is there any timelines on when we're going to do the on-site visit?
No, we're hoping to hear shortly. So they have a partner firm in Halifax that they're working with. So it's just that they're trying to coordinate getting that person down. I think it was moving quite well, and then we got a whole bunch of snow. I think they didn't say. They were kind of back and forth on whether snow on the ground is going to matter or not. But I won't be surprised if they're waiting for a melt.
All right.
Shouldn't be too long enough, right?
No, we're not talking about
days,
right?
yeah.
That's it.
Hard getting through there now and see where they got clouds in front, and there's a lot of snow there.
Any other questions pertaining to the CAO update?
Looking good.
Okay, department reports. Is there any questions pertaining to any of the department reports that have been presented?
Area's busy.
Yes.
No questions? No. Okay. There's no dangerous and unsightly for tonight. Business items, we've got a letter from the town of Shelburne. My recommendation on that letter from Shelburne is pertaining to asking the province for part of the HST. I feel that this letter should really be going to a regional meeting on a local level, and the town of Shelburne could then have it or send it through to Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities and ask if they can take that concern forward. Maybe it's going to be a resolution, but
It's a UNSN thing, though.
well,
Yeah,
it's not something that you would ask each municipality to individually write a letter of support to. That's not the mechanism for doing this type of work is through our NSFM.
Kind of funny that they did that, actually. I mean, new CAO or new leadership?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, so is everybody in agreement that should be the process?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
the next is the Southwest Biosphere Reserve Association. They're asking for a letter of support to send an individual to a conference over in Europe. And apparently a couple years ago, the province did help fund that. So
I'll make a motion to that effect. I move that we send a letter of support to the Southwest Biosphere Reserve Association to send one of their members to the meeting in Europe, is it?
So it's not to go to the association, it's to go to Minister Porter, I believe.
Okay, Mr.
Municipal Affairs.
Yeah. Do I have a second? Any questions on that or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, approved. 4.3, remember back last fall, early fall, Dalhousie University brought students down here to the Pines Hotel.
Yeah.
We found out about it at the last minute.
Yeah.
We were lucky to find out about it, actually. Anyway, now that we have attended that, we've received an invitation to submit to be an exhibitor at their next session, which is going to be coming up in September of this year. I believe it's September 19th to 21st in St. Andrews, New Brunswick.
Absolutely.
So I feel that I'd like us to definitely submit an application in to be an exhibitor, but I also, the second part to that is I'd also like us to maybe send letters off to the Health Foundation and the town of Digby to see if they'll partner with us on this. But I mean, we can still submit the registration in.
Oh, yeah.
So can I have a motion to do that? Have a seconder.
Second. I also want to add too that
How much was it?
this is a great idea, and businesses can justify this stuff. One of the things we need to remember to do when we go to these, that they're every 6 months or every year, is try to get a little Rolodex of some of the people we're talking to, because those same students are going to go to this stuff, right? And it's kind of like when a business goes to a business roadshow. You start to see the same people, and that stuff's going to help.
Connections.
Those connections are going to help. If we do this all the time, it's great that you brought this up to me, because I think that's going to help. The more they see our face, it's like any business that does this kind of work. You don't hit it off the first couple times, but 5 or 6 times, and they see year after year, after a while, you do make ground, and I think that this is something big. Like, we really do have to keep working on this, and just keep a little tab of some of the people that come up to our booth, write their names down, and then hopefully we'll see them year after year, and if we get to know them by on a first term basis, and they get to see us, and how are you doing, and before you know it, you're asking how the kids are, and it's like, then those people, when they're done school, they're going to come back, or hopefully, and that's the goal, right? So.
They had this every year somewhere in the Maritimes?
Yeah. It's an annual event. Just to bring you up to speed,
This type of stuff at it.
I added this to the agenda. We had received an invitation from Dalhousie to put a booth in the job fair for this upcoming year, and they're having this year at St. Andrews, New Brunswick. So there's 2 parts to what I was asking. One is for us to put a booth in it, but the second part was to send a letter to the Health Foundation and to the town of Digby to see if they would be interested in co-sharing with us on this. The cost is $1,500 for the job fair. It doesn't give you a big window, but it puts you there in front of them, and it's on Friday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's for a couple hours, but I think it's very well worth it.
Do you want scallops or anything like that to bring with you? Because I can certainly.
We'll worry about all that stuff after we get till September.
All right, that's right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I get you scallops.
It might go bad between them.
Anyway, we had a motion on the floor.
Second.
Do you have anything you want to add to it, or are you okay with it?
No, fine with it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. The last piece was correspondence information items from Municipality East Hants. They sent a letter off, and that was in your package for correspondence. I felt it was a very fair letter that they sent off to the minister, because when you get 2 days' notice that they're going to have a meeting, it's not very appropriate to try to have the ability to attend.
Usually it's in the afternoon or during work hours.
Right.
You're not like that's your time.
Yeah.
When everyone's retired, that's me and Jimmy and.
Monday.
Yeah.
Some others.
You were retired anyway. We 2 are.
All right. There's no in-camera motion.
You got your time.
Big Red Search and Rescue for
We're
you
like,
here
what?
tonight.
What am I going to do that?
We approved it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know,
Yeah.
but like I said,
We approved a letter to go and support to the
we were
minister.
running a little over an hour behind, so I figured it was gonna agenda.
I saw your car there and I went and checked to see if your corpse was like sitting in one of the hot side rooms or something. It made me nervous. Don't frighten me like that, Linda.
No, we had 3 appointments, and we went with someone else, just to make it easier.
Oh, we checked for you, we want.
I hate doing that, because always I've got, you
That's
never
why I
know,
was
scheduled than
saying
everyone else.
this morning,
Always.
or this today, I might be a few before.
Yeah.
So apparently,
I'm just glad Linda's not unconscious in the bathroom. So, right on Linda.
Is that a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.